165 people were killed, hundreds of others injured, and thousands of lives forever changed in the Beverly Hills Supper Club fire of 1977. In the decades since the fire, there have been accusations of arson and clues of a possible cover-up. Tonight, the Unsolved team is in Newport, Kentucky in search of answers. Here's Shane McAllister.
Our major story this evening, the story of death and Holocaust at Beverly Hills Supper Club south of Newport in northern Kentucky.
Hundreds of people piled up inside doorways.
I mean, Brock, they're trapped. They're trapped. I said, what do you mean they're trapped? He goes, they're dying. He goes, they're dying in the cabaret room.
As flames roared room to room.
I said, get out of here, get out of here.
Staff working to save the guests.
It was a war zone.
And save themselves.
Boom, boom, different tanks and stuff were blowing up. You could hear them. Flames were shooting up high out of the building.
Rescuers eventually ordered out as the true dimensions of the disaster started sinking in.
This is the worst fire in America in 77 years. And it wasn't an accident.
Drinks were poured, toasts were made. May 28, 1977 started like any other night at the Beverly Hills Supper Club.
It was considered a showplace of the nation on the East Coast. All the main entertainers from Vegas. John Davison was there that night.
Big crowds piled in.
Once you got into your chair, you couldn't get out. That's how close they packed them in for the show.
Thousands cashed in their $10 ticket and took their seats in the extravagant cabaret room.
Black smoke pouring through there.
A small fire snaking through the ceiling. Many started to smell the smoke, but they couldn't see it. Couldn't believe they were in any real danger.
Two comedians were performing, and another busboy went up and grabbed a mic from them and told the people that the room was on fire, not to panic and to leave, and they laughed at him. They thought it was part of the act.
Within seconds, hot flames roared down the halls of the supper club.
Split seconds meant life and death. We could be sitting at the same table. I made it out, you didn't. Just because you were sitting on the wrong side of the table.
How many people are still in the building? We do not know.
David Brock, an 18-year-old busboy at the time, remembers the rescues in disturbing detail.
When you grab someone by their arm, they were so hot, it was like wax coming through your fingers and your hands.
His co-worker Wayne, also there that night.
And I just said, God, please take this soul into heaven. Okay. So I did that, and so maybe 50 bodies.
2,600 people made it out alive. More than 200 were hurt, and 165 people dead.
They had no chance, most of them. It went through there so fast, and the cloud of toxic smoke from all of the synthetic substances that were in the building materials was absolutely poisoning. It was so toxic, people would walk out of that building and look perfectly fine, just like you and I, and fall dead within seconds because their lungs were just totally shot.
A makeshift morgue went up nearby. Family walking through rows of bodies, lifting sheets from faces, looking for their loved ones, all while hoping they wouldn't find them there.
We will never again be the same typical American town. The nation will remember and associate Southgate, Kentucky with smoke and fire and death.
1 week later, the small town mayor held a memorial for the victims. As the lone sound of the bugle echoed across the valley, suspicions started to grow.
It's not electrical fire. It's not, what they're saying, aluminum wiring. That's all a lie. Completely a lie.
State officials ruled the fire accidental early on, but former employees didn't buy it.
We are positive, without a doubt, that it was arson.
They spent decades pushing for answers.
This is the room where it started.
Begging for an investigation.
And that's where the guys were working during the day.
They say they were met with pushback and excuses, so they started their own quest for answers.
But we know exactly what happened.
And then a former journalist put all of the pieces in one place.
Hi, I'm Peter Bronson. I'm the author of Forbidden Fruit, Sin City's Underworld and the Supper Club Inferno. I set out to find out what happened in the 1977 Supper Club fire, which is the greatest tragedy in regional history. And it led me down a path to the mob.
The teenage busboy remembered seeing workers in the room where the fire started earlier that day. He says he asked the property owners about it weeks later.
I said they were working in the ceiling for over 2 hours that I saw. And he goes, well, we had no contracted work that day. And he goes, what'd they say they were working on? I said, the air conditioning system. He goes, they lied to you. He goes, there was no AC in that room at all.
It was the first sign that something wasn't right, but not the last.
You look at the history of Northern Kentucky in this era, you can go back through the 70s, and every year a major nightclub, casino, strip joint, restaurant is burned down by arson, by the mob. And then all of a sudden, here we go, 70, 71, 72, all the way up to 77. And what do you know, there's the Beverly Hills Supper Club, the biggest, most spectacular of all.
44 years later, through dense forest and overgrown grounds, pictures mark where the supper club once stood.
This is the big main fountain that they had up here at Beverly Hills. You can see.
Plans for new construction on the property are already underway, though former staffers continue to search, hopeful there could be undiscovered evidence below ground, evidence that could prove the fire was never an accident, after all.
They destroyed this whole town. Southgate suffered, the state of Kentucky suffered. It's never been the same.
Less than 10 years after that devastating fire, an attorney known for litigating successful class action lawsuits built a case around faulty wiring. After a very lengthy court battle, including a mistrial and an appeal, the defendants were awarded millions in damages. For the Unsolved team, I'm Shay McAllister.